Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we'll be talking about Naruto, which is a big step for me, because it was my first anime that I ever watched, yet I never made a video before now. In this video we're going to be talking about OG Naruto and why the villains are so scary. Before we get into the reasoning, I'm sure well, what do you mean? You must have been like 8 to 12 years old when you were watching OG Naruto, so it's normal that you were scared. But then I would say, no, I was in fact 17 years old when I watched Naruto, and I was still scared of the first villains that we saw on screen. So I don't want to hear any of that, well, you were probably a child when watching Naruto. No, I was almost an adult and still scared. If you've seen OG Naruto, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Alright, so now let's talk about the first actual villain that we see in Naruto. Let's talk about the first villain we encounter, the Sand Village Ninjas. To be more precise, Gaara. This little homicidal maniac had me shitting myself every time I saw him on screen. He kind of made my heart stop and sent shivers down my spine. By the way, he was so cold, and he so casually told people he would kill them if they didn't listen to him, and how he just didn't care and just didn't have one single care in the world except for himself. There's just straight up the fact that he murdered many people on screen more than once. He killed a couple people in front of Naruto. He killed a couple people during the Chunin exam. He was going to kill Rock Lee. He basically wanted to take over the whole Hidden Leaf. Well, it wasn't his plan, but still, he participated in it and he played his role. Another scary part was when Sasuke kind of hit him for the first time and he saw blood, and his yell, his scream was just so scary. So it sent shivers down my spine. He was just so scary all around. Every time he was on screen, you kind of had that eerie feeling with the music in the back and just the way he looked dead inside, and he did not care. Everything had an off vibe to it, like a really scary vibe to it. And the fact that he admitted during the Chunin exams that he wanted to kill people, not because he needed the scrolls or to pass the exam, but just for the pure, not even fun, just because he wanted to kill people. It had nothing to do with that. And then every single time he interacted with people, everybody around him was scared of him because of what they saw, because of the way he acted. So if everybody else is scared of him, of course the audience as well is going to be scared of him. That's the whole reason they portray the characters that, and I think they did it beautifully. Here are some of Gaara's scariest scenes.
Kankuro, yamero.
In this scene, Gaara's brother Kankuro is scared shitless by him. And on top of that, listen to that background music. Look at how hard it hits, and just look at how eerie it makes everything feel. No wonder we were scared of him. Just listen to that scream. It sends chills down your spine. He's so scary as a whole. He sounds like a demon. I mean, he is theoretically, but jeez, he's so scary. They make him seem so scary, which is incredible.
Sabak so.
Look at how ruthlessly he just murders this rain village shinobi. The second villain we meet is, of course, Orochimaru. And just off of saying his name right now, I can hear the music that plays in the background when he's on scene in my head, and it's just giving me a creepy vibe already, and that's just thinking of him. Everything about Orochimaru just scared me. From his appearance in the forest, and then the way he turned into snakes, and then by how deranged he was, the music that played in the background when he was on screen, he was scary as shit. His blatant disregard for human life and being so adamant of wanting Sasuke's body, everything about Orochimaru was scary in OG Naruto. Naruto is known for its music, and especially with the villains in OG Naruto, they really, really did it so well to really create that eerie vibe and everything. Just like Orochimaru and Gaara, they both have their own soundtrack, and every time they're on screen, it is so scary. It brings that eerie feeling. Alright, so here are a couple of Orochimaru's scariest scenes.
大丈夫ですか、オロチマル様。早くお薬を。
Like in this scene, Orochimaru just killed a random person just because. And in this scene where Sasuke gets his curse mark, don't tell me that wasn't really scary. Like, come on, his head just popped out of nowhere. He bit him in the neck. You weren't really expecting what was going on. I just thought it was really scary. Now that I've given you the proof that they are actually scary people and they're actually scary characters, now I'm going to give you the answer to why they were made to be portrayed this way. There are probably a ton of answers that people could get and people could give for what the reason is as to why they were made this scary. And what I believe, what my hypothesis is that basically they were just planning to make it. Uh, they adapted their content to their audience. So basically, they knew that Naruto was a series that was targeting younger children, maybe 8 to 12 years olds. So basically, to 8 to 12 year olds, you can't really make your villains too philosophical, like we kind of see later in Shippuden, where they all have a reason and like pain and Madara and all that stuff. So basically, what can you do is you can make them scary. You can make your villains scary and adapt your content to children who can relate to more scarier villains. And then, kind of like Disney, who adapts their content as well with their target audience. Basically, for example, Toy Story. When it first came out, the people that were targeted were kids, and now slowly, as you saw the movies, I think there are four of them or five. As the movies went on, you could see that they were going into deeper subjects and stuff because they adapted their content to their audience, and this is what Naruto did, in the sense that OG Naruto was for children, and they made it so the villains could be relatable to the kids and scare the kids and make them relatable. But when you switch that, when we got the switch to Shippuden, that switch was for older people, adults, or more mature children that were going into their adolescence who could relate to more philosophical meanings of life and villains and stuff, and they could relate to it and also understand it. So that is my opinion on why I think that they decided to make the villain so scary in the OG Naruto, because they couldn't do anything else with the characters to fit their audience. I just want to clear up the fact that what I'm saying is not in a hateful way at all. I think I commend them for it. I think it's a beautiful way that they decided to do it, and it's a great strategy to keep your audience going for a long time, for a longer series, which I absolutely think is a very smart idea. So I'm not no hate at all towards what they did. It's great. It's peak fiction. It's great. So there you have it, ladies and gents. That's why the villains in the OG Naruto were so scary. It's not necessarily because we were children, it's just the fact that they were made to be portrayed that way. So to people who are watching, they are obviously going to get some tones of being scared. No matter if you got scared a lot or scared a bit, I'm sure there was a part of you that had at least an eerie feeling inside, and that's the whole point. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys again in the next video.